Nobody has ever gunned down a New York police captain, never. It would be disastrous. All the 5 families would come after you, Sonny. The Corleone family would be outcast. Even the old man's political protection would run for cover.
What an absolute legend, right?
Oh, Robert Duvall, R.I.P. We were just talking about, his film where he did True Grit.
Right.
And it's just a real shame because we were talking about him and even Tom Noonan when we talked about RoboCop 2. And, it's just a real sad thing, but then again, that's life.
Right, so
we lost a legend.
So really did. Robert Duvall, 95 years old.
Wow,
a true legend in Hollywood who helped steer cinema and influence cultures. The man was an absolute legend. Was it 31 through 2026? 95 years old.
Yeah, he was in his 40s when he did Godfather 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
The man's been acting since the 60s, so
he just captured that character so well in Godfather.
Yeah.
Tom Hagen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing this episode as kind of like a tribute to Robert Duvall, and we're going to kind of, what did I say?
well even, we briefly spoke about Tom Noonan as well, when he did Last Action Hero and even Heat. Remember, he was sitting in the wheelchair and he gave the bank design plans to Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
I mean, when De Niro and Pacino go, like, that's really going to be like the end of cinema. I really don't see actors like that anymore.
I mean, there's a lot of great lead and character actors that are in their 80s and 90s still.
Correct.
Everybody from Clint Eastwood to John Voight.
That's right. Clint is 96, I think.
John Voight's up there.
Morgan
Freeman is up there.
Morgan, yeah.
Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, Anthony Hopkins.
So you're going to have Dick Van Dyke.
Anthony Hopkins was offered the role of James Bond, but he said no.
Wow.
He's like, I don't think I could do it. And then they gave it to Roger Moore. Can you imagine Anthony Hopkins in Live and Let Die?
Definitely would have changed cinema.
Dude,
it would have been.
I think he would have been a great James Bond.
He was too short.
Hey, I'm 5'8", so I get it.
And so was Robert Duvall. I think it was pretty short. Wasn't he? He was like 5'7", 5'8". He was tiny.
No, and Pacino's like 5'7". He's short.
So basically, and Joe Pesci and all them. So yeah,
Joe Pesci. He's from Jersey. Shout out to Joe Pesci. He's still living.
So you got all these great actors. How tall is Andy Garcia?
I think he's like 5'10" or 5'11". Cuban.
Point being is they're all tiny.
Cubano. You know what's so funny is that I really think Robert Duvall would have been really good Godfather 3, but it was just a pay dispute.
Yeah, it was a shame that he wasn't. But then too, it was also 10 years later. Not longer than that.
No. From part 2 to between part 2 and part 3.
No, it was like 16, wasn't it?
Yeah, because they filmed it in 74, and then 1989 was when they started production. It came out in 1990.
Yeah.
So between 1974 and 1990 was Godfather 2 and Godfather 3. I personally think an actor that could have played that character now or today is probably Leo DiCaprio. I think he could have played like a Tom Hagen.
I'll have to really think about that one.
Yeah. What is your favorite Robert Duvall top 5 films that he's been in? He's been in so many.
So
he was in one with Robert Downey Jr. and he's like a lawyer.
The judge.
The judge.
So when we started talking about this subject and I started putting together my list and I said, Robert Duvall has 140, 150 movies out to his credit.
Wow.
And that's just what he's acted in. I mean, he's also a producer and a director. And
voice acting.
And he did the Godfather video games.
Yes, he reprised his voice role.
Yeah, he did all those for way back in PS3 and
PS3, the Black Hand edition.
Yeah, so he did all those back then.
He even spoke Italian in the movies because he had to talk to Michael. And he was like, I was just thinking about you and your mistress. And he told me, he's like, Mike, you won. And he's like, you going to go after everybody? He goes, I'm not going to go after everybody, Tom. Just my enemies.
Yeah, so when you asked me to put my top five together.
Yes, I'm curious about your top 5.
I approached this at a different angle because there's so many movies that he's done. And, he has one Oscar, from one of them. and the different genres and types of movies that he did, I approached this with not necessarily what my top 5 are, but the top 5 movies or the movies that I have about him
Okay.
are specific to the times, and they changed the culture, or they changed the evolution of movies, or at the time of the release.
Can you give me an example of that?
My very, very, very first one from him is one of his very first movies. Because prior to this, he was pretty much just a stage actor before he got discovered and started doing stuff.
Okay.
But the first one, for him to be part of that revolutionized the industry at the time, not only for the number of actors that came out of it, but what the movie meant, is To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh.
That was his first major
What year
film.
was that, in the 60s?
1962.
Oh, wow. That's
So-
a classic.
So he started acting, late 50s?
That was based on a book.
Yeah. So he started doing he did To Kill a Mockingbird. It was one of his first movies because he was doing stage theater at the time.
Yeah, he played, was it Boo Radley?
Boo Radley, yeah.
Right.
And Jack Nicholson and all the other great actors in that
Jack.
movie.
He's another one I don't want to die.
Yeah,
Please stay around, Jack.
And so when you look at, and this is how I try to educate the younger generation,
Please
because
do.
they criticize older movies, and I said, well, you gotta stop and think, or put the movie in perspective as to what the times were like at the time,
And the style of filmmaking.
and what was available in filmmaking.
Technology-wise,
Yeah.
yes.
And then not only that, when the movie was released, what impact did that have on the industry in America, in the world?
What is your opinion on that film coming out and affecting it?
In 62, I thought it was obviously it was before my time.
Yes.
So I didn't get to experience it at that time of what it meant.
When did you first see it?
I probably saw it earlier as a kid.
Okay.
Just didn't understand it.
When did you understand it?
Probably more along the lines when I was in high school.
Okay, same
So
here.
here we are in like the 80s, late 80s and 90s. So now the movie's been out 20 some years.
Yeah.
And I actually understood and appreciated the movie a lot more for what it was.
Right.
And then you got to put yourself back in that time frame, because it's a black and white movie,
right.
so it's for me, black and white movies weren't that big of an issue, but for some people it is, just because it's black and white. But putting myself back in that time and then watching and listening to people around me talk about that movie and what it meant to them.
Right.
And not only that, it stood the test of time because it's not faded. And still to this day, you mentioned To Kill a Mockingbird to somebody that's a movie buff.
Right.
They're gonna know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. So I think that one would be one of my first ones with him, just because of what it was like at the time.
Okay. I mean, a 60s film for him that I would choose that really impacted the culture and changed things, and just his acting alone, is 1969 True Grit, which we discussed on a previous episode. With
Right.
John Wayne, and it's just a real gritty film. He plays a bad guy, but he's like...
Ned Pepper.
Right, and he's not your typical bad guy. Like, he's willing to negotiate. He's willing to talk. He's willing to hear reason, and he's trying to reason with with Rooster Cogburn. And I was just like, that's one of those movies I just remember. I was like, wow, this actor is not acting like a typical bad guy. Like, for instance, in the spaghetti westerns with Clint Eastwood, like, there's always that typical bad guy. And I was like, wait a minute. This actor is doing something different. And that, for me, really changed my perspective on his acting that I could think of, especially in the 60s. 1969, True Grit. You would not have Terminator 2 with Arnold Schwarzenegger reloading his shotgun like John Wayne, because that was a tribute to John Wayne.
Yeah.
In that movie, because that affected, the director, and he was just like, man, I really like that movie.
I know a lot of people
James Cameron
talked negatively about John Wayne's later movies because he's too old.
He did it.
older. Well, some people did.
No, but what I'm saying,
Yeah.
John Wayne is cinema history, whether you like him or not. You know, Roy
Oh, absolutely.
Rogers, Chris Cooper. You know, is just you know, that was the cinema for back then, and they were all different. I mean, for me, cowboy wise, Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef, like those are the guys for me.
Yeah.
But when you come to acting and being an actor, he does it for me in True Grit.
Well, I'm gonna go 1 year later.
1 year later.
Okay. Do you know what he starred in? And this movie was revolutionary. It started probably the biggest sitcom of all time.
MASH?
There you go.
Yeah.
The original MASH.
Yeah.
You know, with Donald Sutherland and Elliot Gould.
Oh, Donald Sutherland. Yeah.
You know, it had Tom Skerritt, Renee Auberjonois, Gary Burkhoff, Sally Kellerman.
That's scary. He's got that voice like, hey, you know, I'm going to thing here. It's a Ferrari. I just can't give you that car. You know?
Yeah.
That was a Sense of a Woman with Al Pacino.
Yeah, it was.
This is a prestigious automobile.
Yeah, so I think for me, you know, when I think back of Robert Duvall, I think about his movies during that era. The 60s, the 70s, and into the 80s were really like his prime.
Oh, yeah. He did that movie with Sean Penn in
Well,
1988. You know, was
Colors.
it Colors? Yeah. I mean,
That's on my list too.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we're going to go into, for me, I'll jump ahead to 1972, and that's The Godfather for me.
72 and 74, yes.
Yes, I think he captured that character from paper on the book of The Godfather to screen. You know, he said he kept mispronouncing Hagen. He kept calling him Hogan. But one of my favorite scenes.
Hogan's Heroes was a popular show at the time.
One of my favorite scenes he did where he goes to the movie producer and he's just like, he goes, oh, I don't care how many Goomba Dagos come after me. He goes, I'm German Irish. He goes, well, let me tell you something, my big friend. He goes, if your car can please take me to the airport, Mr. Corleone likes to hear bad news. It's just like the Tom Hagen character. He did such a great acting job. Even going back and forth with James Caan, he's like yelling with James Caan. He goes, that Mary has a lot of. He goes, this is business, not personal, sonny.
You know, I think he was probably one of the true pioneers of method
acting.
being a method actor.
Yes, yes.
You know, because you talk about method actors, and
he had to wear a wig in the movie.
Oh, that's right.
He wore a wig, a blonde wig.
And so, I think he was probably one of the few pioneers during that time.
Yes.
For method acting.
When you see him acting, I think that's what Al Pacino appreciated about Robert Duvall, especially James Caan, is like, this is somebody that could bounce back and forth with me. Even him sitting across from Marlon Brando is just like, bro, you're sitting across from Marlon Brando and you're doing lines with him and it didn't affect him.
Yeah.
He had to cry. He goes, they shot Sonny on the causeway. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's and once again, the Godfathers were just well casted.
Well casted, well filmed. I just it stands the test of time for me. Like you were saying, high school with The Kill of Mockingbird. For me, it was high school with The Godfather because all the guys we were quoting it in my theater class.
Yeah.
We kept quoting it, and we were doing quotes back and forth with each other. And I remember going back to our previous episode. I still have it. It's a beautiful box DVD set. It's like a black leather with gold writing on it, and inside you have this is what I'm talking about, physical media with you, is commentary. They don't do commentary no more.
Nope.
So you have the actors doing commentary. You hear Robert Duvall do commentary.
The behind the scenes, all the
Behind the
deleted
scenes, outtakes, like, you know, they're
deleted
laughing.
scenes.
Beautiful deleted scenes.
You know, you got director's notes. You got all kinds of stuff in there,
They don't have them no more.
and then plus whatever's in the whatever's in the box set too.
Yes.
If you whatever else they put in there. So
No, it's beautiful. That's the one thing I still have. It's in a box in storage right now. But I really appreciated his work and talent, and even in Godfather 2, when he's in the Senate hearing and he's going back and forth with the senators. He goes, "I think he should be heard." You know, he's like, "This committee owes an apology." Like he's yelling it, and then he's smoking a cigar and he's talking to Frankie Five Angels, smoking a cigar. He's like, you know, the Roman Empire, you would cut your wrists and stuff like that. It's like he's talking to him, telling him, if you don't rat and you kill yourself, will watch after your family in such subtle ways.
Yeah.
And Robert Duvall did that really, really well.
Yeah, he definitely was in his prime at the time, and one of my other movies during that time, a little bit after the early '80s, that when we talk about what he contributed to the film,
Right.
and then what the film meant to the country.
What is it, Apocalypse Now?
Believe it or not, I did not put that on my list.
Really? That's on my list.
Yeah, well,
The smell of napalm in the morning and the surfers, and I loved it.
it's a great movie. I will agree with you on that.
Okay.
And it definitely has served the test of time.
Not on your list.
But it's not on my list.
Okay.
And so what else from that movie about that with him resonates with you?
Well, with me, it was just his acting where he's playing Lieutenant Colonel Bill Kilgore, and he's like this head honcho, and he's just worried about the surfers, and he's yelling on the megaphones, and he likes the smell of napalm. He's just like whacked out to the point where Martin Sheen, he has to escape. And he jumps on the helicopter and he leaves, and he's like laughing and leaving. I was just like, wow, Robert Duvall played that character really crazy.
I had read or heard sometime in the past that he totally embraced that character because he had served in the army.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was drafted.
Oh, wow.
Was it right after the Korean
War? Yeah.
Right after the Korean War. So I think he was drafted, put in the Korean War.
Yeah, because that was in the 1950s, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early 50s.
Right.
Because that's when MASH also took effect. That's why he did so well with that movie. But the reason that I remember that story was because after he left the army, they were giving out GI Bills at the time. He took all that money and he went to acting school.
Acting school? Where did he go? Lee Strasberg? That wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it would not surprise me, but he's such a great actor. I mean, he even did like a version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers in 1978, but he wasn't credited. But for me, 70s films, Godfather, and I liked him in Apocalypse Now. I thought he did a decent job. But you have a 1980 film.
Yep. I have
what is it? True Confessions?
No, that's not on my list. Let's see if you can get it. He was not the main star.
I was gonna say Colors, but
well, that's also I have two 80s films on my list. So the movie I'm referring to is The
Natural.
The Natural,
the baseball movie.
Absolutely it.
Yeah,
with Robert Redford.
Yeah, and he hits the ball into the lights and stuff.
Yeah. Just because he was the best supporting actor on it. I think he was actually nominated for best supporting actor. But that movie resonated because remember, I made my list based off of what it did for
cinema
and
culture.
For the culture people around that time. So the 80s.
Right. It's a good baseball movie, but everybody always talks about Field of Dreams.
Yeah, people overlook this one. If we talk baseball,
but the music is always associated, like the music from this movie. Yeah, it's always played at baseball games or like highlight.
And
reels.
Once again, it's another well-casted movie.
Yeah, Robert Redford.
May
he rest in peace.
Robert Prosky's in it.
Yeah.
Wilford Brimley.
No.
And your man
Richard Farnsworth and
Richard Farnsworth.
Yeah.
Who's your boy in there?
Glenn Close. Glenn Close.
Glenn Close is in it.
Kim Basinger. Yeah, I forgot.
Bump. Who's Bump?
Bump. Who the hell played Bump?
Hold on. That's his name. We just talked about him on the last episode. I think we've mentioned his name in every episode.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
Stallone? No, Stallone's on there.
Come on, look at the list.
I'm looking at it. Roy Hobbs is Robert Redford.
Yeah.
Max was Duvall. Glenn Close is Iris.
And this actor just recently passed away within the last year.
Oh, Michael Madsen was
there
Bump.
You go.
Michael Madsen. Great job as one of the Wyatt brothers in what's the name of it? Wyatt Earp.
There you go. Yeah.
He played one of the Earps. He played Virgil Earp.
Yeah.
Michael Madsen.
He did great in this movie. I don't know why they killed him off, but they did. But he ended up passing away in this movie. Well, Yeah, because he was the star of the. I think it was because that's how they were able to.
That's how cinema is. That's how cinema
Robert
is.
Redford's character into the position.
Yeah, you always have to have something traumatic in the middle of the movie so it gives like an ending.
And Bump died, basically ran through the wall and died. And then they spread his ashes over the field.
Chicago. Wow, The Natural.
Yeah, The Natural. I mean, because I grew up during that time. I was 11 at the time.
Yeah.
So
1984, you were 11?
yeah.
Oh.
So
You were 11 when Terminator came out?
yeah.
Oh, that's
Imagine
awesome.
watching that as a kid.
Did you go in the theater or you watched it on tape?
I was at the theater, dude. Imagine
What?
Imagine watching Total Recall at the theater.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
I watched Saving Private Ryan at the theater.
I almost was allowed to go watch that.
I watched Star Wars at the theater.
I watched the re-release in theater, and I watched The Matrix in theater.
The originals. Yeah, I got to see all those live.
Dude, you're
The
so
first time.
lucky. Did you watch Days of Thunder in the theater?
No, actually, believe it or not, I did not.
That sounds like it would have been a good theater movie.
Yeah,
With the sounds like.
Racing wasn't very popular in my family, so when I had to go watch it, no, for me, theaters. I think the big ones. I saw Hunt for Red October in the theater.
Oh, dude, that was all a hype back then with Sean Connery. And I'm surprised Robert Redford wasn't in that one. He would have been good in
Baldwin.
that. Alec Baldwin, yeah, and James Earl Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, believe it or not, I like a movie that he did with James Earl Jones in the 90s. James Earl Jones in the 90s, where he plays a half brother of his in the South, where he's in what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not trying to be racist, but he's a white guy in a black family in black Southern South, and it was like, who's this white guy? And he would always say, he's like, I ain't gonna bite you. Like, sit down.
And this was in the 80s?
90s. It was in the 90s.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's a good question.
Yes.
I honestly don't remember that one.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I'll look for it. But let's go up to 1988 where you're talking about Colors.
Colors was revolutionary, right? So the reason for that was inner city gang violence was not a commonly known thing in the 70s. I mean, it kind of was in like maybe New York City.
Like LA.
But we're talking street gangs.
Yeah.
Street gangs that controlled territories like you would not believe. The Bloods versus the Crips.
Yeah.
And
Crack.
that's all you heard about in the 80s.
And the 90s.
And it controlled music, hip hop music.
NWA.
It controlled a lot of the culture at the time.
Great song by Ice-T.
Yeah.
Colors.
So that's a fantastic movie. So when you think about
I think about Duvall.
that time frame,
Yeah.
and everything. I mean, it had Don Cheadle in it. I mean, it was. There was so many.
He has such a memorable line, and I still use that line in my head sometimes with patience about the old bull and the young bull, and he sees a whole group of cattle, and he's like, no. He goes, you wait, you be patient, you go slow, and then you attack.
Yeah.
And then Sean Penn says the same thing to a young rookie with him at the end.
Well, he had to learn the lesson the hard way, but
yeah,
I think the whole concept of the movie and when it came out. Now, there's a lot of movies that came out that were very similar at the time.
Boys in the Hood,
New Jack City,
classic New Jack City.
So there was a lot of movies that came out at that
Snipes.
time. But this is the one that Robert Duvall was involved in.
Great acting,
and he helped carry the movie. It's like a coming of age of a new rookie with Sean Penn.
Yes,
teaching him the ropes, teaching the things, and then when Robert Duvall's character, spoiler alert, dies.
Yes, when he gets shot
he gets shot,
armor piercing bullet or something. It was like a rifle.
Well, yeah,
it went through his vest.
Yeah, I thought it was a shotgun, but I wasn't sure.
Kind of, it was a high caliber bullet,
and it killed. They were doing the raid on the house.
Yes,
and then just the scene itself was so impactful,
captivating,
because you could see him grasping for air.
Yes,
and bleeding, and the only thing on him, you see everyone running around him, but it was the helicopter spotlight.
Yes, over them.
right over his body.
Yeah.
And no one else was in the light. It was just him. And you could just see him just grasping for air.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just,
great
you
shot.
you talk about one of the best death scenes
Yes.
from an actor in a movie.
That was it.
That's definitely in my top 10.
Yeah, no, he's a great actor, and he.
But the movie itself was very much a hot topic in just everyday culture, everyday society.
And that's what we discussed on a previous episode where we said that certain films capture culture, capture time in a time capsule. And that's one of them is like, LA doesn't look like that anymore.
No.
Kind of, but it's not as hardcore as it was back then.
Yeah. That's how I put this list together was what did that movie have at the time of its release?
Cultural impact.
And that one definitely took off. It's not Oscar worthy, but it doesn't have to be. It was how much did he, just his role, his character of Bob Hodge is in there and what he meant to the movie.
His acting.
And
what it meant to police.
Yeah.
Police force, cops. It's like, hey, these guys are risking their lives on the line every day. And it shows you a police aspect as well, what they have to do.
He wasn't judgmental. I mean, he treated black kids just like he did Hispanic kids, just like he did white kids.
Yeah.
He treated them all equal, fairly,
He was showing that not all cops are bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, and actually, he was kind of sadistic in a way too, because remember the scene where there's a group of kids of like 4 or 5 kids that he catches in an alleyway, right?
Yeah.
And then he ends up, they were up to no good, so basically he gets them down on their knees and their hands behind their heads, right? And then it turns out that one of the kids was from the rival gang.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm not going to arrest you guys, because he unzipped his jacket and the kids are all pissed off. He's all, you can just see it in their faces, all pissed off at him. He says, okay, we're going to let you go now.
Yeah. in the territory.
And they're going to chase him down. And you know what's funny is that guy, I have to look this up, but I'm not sure, but I think that one was, that guy that was in that movie was also in Boys in the Hood.
Okay, probably.
I'm not sure 100%, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Pretty sure, because a lot of actors would cross over into similar films.
Well, I mean, just look at all the mafia movies.
Yeah, that and even like New Jack City. So many people are in that film were crossing over into similar films. I mean, just look at Money Train.
Yeah. Well, you got West Coast actors versus East Coast, so.
Yeah, and that was a real thing.
But yeah, so as far as like the movies that had some major impact at the time,
he did nothing in 1989, but 1990 was his star out year. Like Handmaid's Tale, and Show of Force, and I have Days of Thunder. I liked them in Days of Thunder. That was a really cool movie for me.
Oh, it was fantastic. I love that movie.
There's talks.
I had it on repeat forever.
Okay, so now there's talks of doing a potential crossover universe where it's going to have Tom Cruise and the most recent film with Brad Pitt, F1.
Oh, F1. Oh, you know how much of an outcry that was?
Right. So they're talking about, on how they're potentially going to merge the universes together with the characters.
I don't know how, but I mean, maybe.
I think it's interesting.
Maybe
interesting concept.
Maybe you have Cole Trickle coming back later on and racing F1.
Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, you got an older.
I loved F1. I think
the only
great.
thing that would have made that, if that crossover would have worked, if you would have been able to get Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, and Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall. But that's what they're talking about. A sequel is that they're talking about a potential sequel, which is a crossover with both characters. So like they're in the same universe. We'll see.
But imagine if it was done when Robert Duvall
was alive. Yeah,
and had him in that movie.
I like that scene. He's like, I put special tires on there for you. It was no special tires.
And he made him believe.
He made him believe himself. So the name of the movie I found for you. The name of it is it's called.
You're talking about the one with.
It's called The Family Thing.
The Family Thing, yeah.
Right. It was 1996, and I remember that it was all. Believe it or not, that was written by Billy Bob Thornton. Can you believe that?
It doesn't surprise me because he was in Sling Blade with him.
Right. So that's where he travels to rural Arkansas and to Chicago to meet his half brother James Earl Jones after discovering the biological mother was African American. So it was like a little controversial thing, but I remember I liked his acting in that, and I think that was a good movie for his time. Even James Earl Jones, like how we were talking about the gangs and all. There's like these bad kids rolling up. He's out of gas. He didn't have fuel, and the guy yelled at him and goes, "Hey, fuck your mama!" And then James Earl Jones looks like he's like, "Yeah, well, fuck your mama too."
Yeah, James Earl was the best.
No, but acting wise, I think he did a great job, and he was just a supporting character in Falling Down with what's his name?
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas, great film.
Well, he did a lot. I mean, he did Newsies.
Great film.
He originated the role of Pulitzer in Newsies.
Yeah, Joseph Pulitzer. Yeah,
Which ended up spurring like literally one of the biggest. Well, I mean, it was a Tony Award winning musical.
Yeah,
You know, so he did that one. He did, and then I don't remember Stalin all that much, but I know he was.
He looked the part. I don't remember watching Stalin, but I remember he looked the part.
Do you remember when he was in Geronimo?
Bits and pieces of Geronimo. I know he played Al, but I don't remember Geronimo too much.
All right. Well, there's a huge.
I know the actor. He was in Heat. He played Al Pacino's right hand man. That actor who played Geronimo. But I don't remember
Wes
Geronimo.
Studi is in that.
Yeah, it's just such a long time since I've seen Geronimo.
I think it was one of Matt Damon's first movies.
No, really?
Yeah,
1993.
Yeah,
No shit.
yeah.
Okay.
Matt Damon's in that one. He's all baby faced.
Matt Damon, great actor.
Gene Hackman was in that one.
Rest in peace, Gene Hackman. Man. He done so many.
There's
good
another
movies.
legend right there that
Great legend. I mean,
man, and that's so sad because I don't know if you followed up with it, but according to
it was a rat virus or something.
hantavirus, it was a hantavirus,
Hantavirus.
or was it valley fever?
No, it had
was a
something to do with
hantavirus.
rats because the wife died too.
Yeah, and apparently they were in. I can't confirm this. So maybe someone out there can drop it in comments. Let us know.
New Mexico.
But they were in their house for 2 weeks before they were discovered.
Yeah, so they were like decomposing.
Yeah. Well, they would have never
The
been
dog
found.
died too.
Well, one of them. The others ran out.
Oh,
It's when they returned the dogs to the house that they discovered what happened.
horrible.
Yeah, Matt Damon was in that.
Gene Hackman,
Rodney Grant.
just such a great
Kevin
actor.
Teague. Yeah, no, Geronimo had such a huge another great casted movie.
You know what? That's the next topic I like to do sometime in the future soon is the similarities and the differences between Wyatt Earp and Tombstone. I really liked both, and Wyatt Earp is starting to grow on me. And Gene Hackman played Wyatt Earp's father.
Okay.
Yeah, remember he's like horse stealing, and then he tells him a great line. He goes, "You're not special." He goes, all men grieve, all men lose something. You're not different. He goes, we go on. He goes, that's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another movie that Robert Duvall did, and I don't know why it didn't do better than it did.
Which one?
I don't know if it was just poorly casted,
Was
or
it Deep Impact?
if this was why. Because there was a point in time when Nicolas Cage was not popular.
Was it Snake Eyes or something that Nicolas Cage did? Oh,
Gone in
60 Seconds. He was great in that.
He was great in that, but then then once again, the movie itself did not do well.
Really? Because I remember watching that movie. I remember.
Oh, I love the movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. So I don't know if it was a victim of
He was the chop shop guy. He was
Yeah.
like, all the ladies are dirty. He goes, we have no cars. We can't do the heist.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in charge of it.
So once again, I don't know if it was some actors being improperly casted. If
Angelina
it was just,
Jolie. Well, the bad guy was that Irish actor who really didn't do anything. He did G.I. Joe.
Oh, the big guy. He's the guy that played Snake. And what else was he? He was just in another
The Irish guy. He's like done, finished.
Vinny Jones.
No, not Vinny Jones. It was the other guy.
Oh, you talking about the villain?
The villain who had the stool and
Chris
then
Eccleston.
yeah, and then Nick Cage was breaking his stool.
He wasn't he was a carpenter.
Yeah, he was in G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as like villains go, he didn't come across as a bad villain.
No, and I think that was miscasted.
But you got Chi McBride, you got Timothy Oliphant, you got Delroy Lindo,
What's his name?
Vinny Jones,
the
Giovanni
little
Ribisi.
yeah,
Scott
the little
Conn.
brother. Scott Conn is in it.
Scott Conn was in
James
that.
Caan's son.
You know, so it's like
Scott Conn was just coming up. He did a wrestling movie at the time called Ready to Rumble.
Yeah.
So it was during that same year with him and David Arquette. Okay, Gone in 60 Seconds.
So I don't know if this was just a victim of just a director not being, maybe it was a bad director.
You know,
maybe it was bad timing.
I think it was bad timing. You know, it came out in 2000, so it was like a coming of age thing. He didn't do anything in 99. But for me, I really, again, I was a kid. I was 12. But I really liked Robert Duvall in Gone in 60 Seconds because, I'm not Gone in 60 Seconds, in Deep Impact.
Yeah.
Where he played an astronaut it's kind of parallel to, Neil Armstrong. And he plays an astronaut that went in space in the 60s and he landed on the moon and they needed him to fly the spaceship onto the meteor. And it was a good movie. You know, it was one of those movies that was at the time what they call disaster films.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Robert Duvall knocked it out of the park. Although some things are silly, like when the guy looks
you had Dante's Peak, you had Armageddon,
Volcano.
You had all.
That's another legend that's living with us, Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
He's another one I consider.
Speaking
a good
of that,
actor.
I don't know. Can you confirm this?
What's that?
But do you remember the movie Space Cowboy?
Yes, Space Cowboys.
Space Cowboys.
Space Cowboys with Clint,
Tommy
Lee, Donald Sutherland, and I forgot the name of the other guy that played the cowboy with Bruce Willis. I forgot his name. I forgot the other guy's name.
I just had it in my head.
He had a mustache and stuff back in the day. I forgot his name, but
I had it in my head because where I was going to go with this was, I want to say at one point in time Robert Duvall was
attached to it.
Was supposed to have been one of the.
He should have been in it. He would have done great.
Because he's right within the same age range.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I remember hearing about something that he was supposed to have been in it or asked to have been in it.
That came out 01 and he didn't do any movies in 01. So if you look at Duvall, he kind of takes like a year off. So he took off in 99. He did nothing. I don't know why we couldn't
think of Clint Eastwood. Seriously. It was Clint Eastwood in that movie.
Clint Eastwood was amazing. No, not Clint. I said Clint.
Tommy Lee, Donald
Sutherland, and there's another guy.
James Garner.
James Garner, that's his name. That's what I was saying. The guy that played the cowboy with Bruce Willis. I don't remember that movie, but he played.
Are you talking about Mel Gibson?
No.
Maverick?
No, it's not that one. It's where Bruce Willis is playing a cowboy and it's based on him, and he's him.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I don't remember that movie.
Yeah. It's with Bruce Willis, and he pretends to be him from the past. I think it was Wyatt Earp. I think he was pretending to be Wyatt Earp, and he's telling him all the cowboy stories.
I don't remember that movie.
And it takes place in the 1930s in Hollywood.
And what year would that have been?
I don't know. I would say the 90s because it's Bruce. And Bruce was breaking away from Die Hard, doing all these weird films like Hudson Hawk and some movie where he's naked swimming in a pool with a woman after Pulp Fiction. I don't remember because there's a lot of lovemaking in that movie. I don't remember the name of the movie.
Because in the 90s, the popular one was with Mel Gibson, and that was Maverick.
No, Maverick, I know that was 1994.
So. Wow.
I don't remember.
We're gonna have to look this one up. I don't know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's with Bruce Willis and that what's the name of that guy? Bruce Willis and what's the name? James Garner.
James Garner.
Yeah, it's some movie where he's in the 1930s and he's an actor. Sunset. It takes place in the 1920s. Western film star Tom Mix and Gardner as legendary lawman Wyatt Earp, who solve a murder in Hollywood.
Wow.
Came out 1988.
Wow.
Sunset. So yeah, I'm a movie buff. What do I know, right?
It's amazing how you can remember little tidbits like that.
So for you chose Gone in 60 Seconds. For me, I chose.
Well, it's not one of. No, we're just talking about some of his movies.
Well, for me, I chose Deep Impact. I don't know why. He resonates with me in that film. Like he's the standout star for me in that movie.
No. As far as like movies, most of my movies were pre-90.
Pre-90, really?
Yeah.
I like some of his stuff after.
I'm not saying that he didn't do, but remember, my list was based off of how impactful it was.
Not even Jack
time.
Reacher.
Well, the movie itself was good, but I don't.
You don't like his role in that? What about A Night in Old Mexico, 2013?
He was in The Judge.
We were just talking about Mexico. A Night in Old Mexico. Come on.
Yeah, once again, what did that do for cinema?
Oh.
What did that do for the?
Nothing.
Yeah, it was just another movie, right? I mean, I mean, if I'm gonna, he was also in Thank You for Smoking.
John Q.
He played the captain. That was a nice little fun movie.
John Q is a fun movie.
That was but Denzel, I mean, he was in Gods and Generals. Now, a movie that I did watch, and since we were talking about Kevin Costner, it was Kevin Costner and Robert Duvall. But
Which one?
But then it also had
Gods and Generals?
No, it's a Western, and it was Diego Luna's one of his first crossovers.
Wasn't Magnificent Seven?
Nope.
What was it?
No, because remember Diego Luna was probably, I don't know, not even 20 at the time. Because Diego Luna was doing a lot of Spanish movies.
All right.
And then he did the crossover to American, right? And this was one of them.
I don't remember.
Kevin Costner, Robert Duvall, 2003, Open Range.
Oh, he played Spearman.
Yeah, Boss Spearman. So
yeah.
I mean, it was kind of like a love story at the time.
It's kind of like forgotten for me. I know him more that year for Gods and Generals where he played Robert E. Lee.
Yeah.
That I felt was a good film.
And not that it wasn't a bad film. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but one of the movies, and if we're going to talk about military historical dramas, that was for me in my circle of friends and people that I knew that still resonated at the time. 10 years later.
What year was that one?
93. It doesn't have Robert Duvall in it, but Robert E. Lee was played by Martin Sheen.
Oh, okay.
And it had
Martin Sheen. That's another great actor.
Jeff Daniels, Tom Berenger, and
Jeff
about
Daniels.
50 other main top-notch actors.
And then a year later, he does Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Here, you can take my extra clothes. Extra clothes? You mean to tell me this whole time you had extra clothes?
How are you in Aspen without me?
Yeah, we're in the Rockies. How can I toss this damn curse into that
Oh my God.
pond?
Seriously, the best scene out of the entire movie was the bathroom scene.
Oh, yeah. We've all been there. He takes like the black floater thing, and he just throws it. He's like, what is this? And he just throws it on him.
Movies have tried to emulate that so many times, but Jeff Daniels just blew it out of the park.
He blew it out of the park. And also, when they do a scene transition where you see Jim Carrey laughing and they play the Wicked Witch of the West, he was like, because he looks at the toy, he's like,
the best bathroom scene with Jim Carrey was when Seabass was after him.
if you want manly love, be here at like 2:15.
He was all in the fetal position next to the toilet holding
and he
it.
locked the door. And he can't. Oh, so we're talking about deleted scenes. If you watch the deleted scene, it's a little longer than that. And you see Seabass says, "Oh, but isn't my favorite friend?" And then he's like, "Find a happy place." And then Seabass grabs his underwear. He goes, "I got your happy place right here."
Oh my God.
So the deleted scene in that is a little more vulgar and hilarious.
Jeff Daniels is a very at the time was very underrated. But
Well, I liked him in Speed with
was
Keanu Reeves, and he
fantastic.
died. Spoiler alert. He was great in that.
yeah, Jeff Daniels is just, he was what was the sitcom that he did, the but the newspaper thing, oh my God, I have brain fart.
It was a newspaper film type of thing.
It was a mini show that. Oh my gosh!
I don't remember. But we were talking about
Anyway,
other
back
films.
to Robert Duvall.
Yeah, but Robert Duvall is in actually my fiance's favorite Christmas movie called Four Christmases, and he plays what's his name, Vince Vaughn's father, and Vince Vaughn's brother is played by what's the name of that director? He's an actor. He directed Iron Man. I forgot his name, but he plays his brother. You know, he's always like gaining weight and he's always losing weight. He plays Ben Affleck's friend in Daredevil. John Favreau. John Favreau. Yeah, he plays his.
Say his name right.
He plays.
Why don't you just call him Happy?
Happy Hogan. So he plays his brother, but Robert Duvall plays the father, and his father's very old school in that, and it captures that
Rudy.
it captures that old school feel. So for me, I enjoy Four Christmases with my fiance because that's her favorite Christmas film, and I'm like,
oh, there you go.
Well, Robert Duvall is in it, and he does a great job playing this father. His character is almost parallel to The Judge with Robert Downey Jr. And for me, that movie, even though it doesn't affect culture, for me, that's on my top 5 for his acting.
And I'm not saying it's not a bad movie.
I enjoyed the
because
Judge.
this list was so hard to put together because it's like when you're having to choose 100 plus movies that he's done, you know, how do you pick 5, right?
Right.
Because others are going to get left out. So that's why I went with what kind of impact did it have for the culture in the movie. And not only that, of when it also was released. So.
Right. I mean, honestly, I remember Jack Reacher. That was a crazy film. And, you know, it did impact the culture because that was like just before John Wick. So that was one of those films that was kind of showing Tom Cruise. And they reunited. So you got Tom Cruise and Robert Duvall again. So for me, I would choose Jack Reacher as my last one. So I have The Judge as number 4. And I have Jack Reacher on there as number 5. I think that was a movie where it was really, really good. The plot was good. The action was good. And Robert Duvall, he was just really great actor. And it's a shame because, you know, yeah, I'm talking about top 5, but he's done so many movies all the way up to 2022. Like he's done so many films. He's done television. He's done voice acting. And it's really sad because, you know, we really did lose a living legend and now he's gone as of 2026. And, you know, well, it's just one of those things where you don't want to happen, but it's life, you know?
Well, one of the legendary things to think of in the future is that even though he's gone, he's going to fall into the line of many of these other great actors that their legend lives on because the movies live on.
The movies will live on. He's he's always going to be part of American cinema history.
You know, generations from now will still know who he is.
Yeah, he's made that mark. He's made that mark. Robert Duvall has made that mark. And he's always been in so many movies. Like every year it comes out, it's like, oh, he's in it, you know? And not in a bad way. It's like, oh, he's in it. And he just brought something good to it. I remember it's a disaster movie and the freaking comets hitting Earth, and there's Robert Duvall saving the world.
You know, and then he's directed movies, he's produced movies.
Which one did he direct?
One of the most recent ones. Well, I know he did the one where it was I want to say The Apostle, where it was a biblical.
The Apostle. Yeah.
He did that one, and then there was a couple others in there that he directed.
Yeah, and he always did like a lot of cowboy stuff. I remember him doing like cowboy stuff in 2006, like, you know, TV miniseries like Broken Trail and all that.
Yeah.
He won 2 Emmys. I know that. I don't remember which one.
And then his Oscar goes all the way back to the 80s.
Yes.
And then he was also, because even back then, I mean, even you go back, like I said, before the 90s, he was in Lonesome Dove.
Yeah.
You know, obviously The Natural, but his Oscar was for Tender Mercies.
Really?
Yeah. Broken down middle-aged country singer gets a new wife, reaches out to his long-lost daughter, and tries to put his troubled life back together.
Wow.
He won an Oscar for that.
He deserved it. And the only guy with the cul-de-sac haircut that could pull off in Hollywood.
You know, I mean, even back then, he did the Ike movies.
Oh, with he played Eisenhower.
Yeah, Eisenhower.
Yeah.
He was in The Network back then.
It says here that he played Augustus Gus McRae alongside Tommy Lee Jones in the Western movie miniseries Lonesome Dove.
Lonesome Dove.
He was with Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we were talking about some old in one of our previous episodes, one of the ones I didn't get to talk about that was that I was gonna add in there was a movie called The Outfit.
The Outfit.
Yeah, it's when we were talking about mafia movies.
Right.
There's a movie called The Outfit, and that's the one where Robert Duvall is the brother. Him and his brother robbed a bank.
Oh.
And the bank was owned by the mafia.
Really?
Yeah. And Robert Duvall got busted and got sent to prison for 3 years.
And then he comes out for revenge.
When he comes out, he realizes that the mafia killed his brother.
Oh.
So he goes after the mafia.
Yeah, for revenge. I think I remember that one. It's a long time ago I saw that.
Yeah, so he goes after the mafia and he kills them and then falls in love with the girl.
It's just sad because we were just talking about him and then he passes away and then Tom Noonan passes away. I'm like, man, who is next? But they die in threes, Crazy.
It's just, I think we're going to, it's just, there's so many good top quality actors that are still around.
Right.
That have been around for decades.
Yeah, I consider Pacino and De Niro up there, in my opinion.
I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, you got Pesci up there.
Pesci, Kevin Costner. I mean, if you want to talk younger people, I would say DiCaprio.
Well, you also got to consider this. Put this into perspective,
Downey.
right? So, joining the 60s club.
Yeah.
Let's go with the 60s clubs. You got guys like Brad Pitt, George Clooney. You're going to have pretty much guys that are going to be just a little bit older than me and my generation.
Clooney, yeah.
So you're going to have eventually guys like Emilio Estevez, Donald Sutherland, not Donald, Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland, yeah.
So all these guys are going to be reaching and breaking that 60 mark.
Yeah.
Here within the next few years.
Right.
So,
I know. It's like,
20
years from now, they're going to be like teetering on the passing away.
I mean, if you look at it, 10 years ago, some of the greatest actors then died, Wilford Brimley, Don Amici, so there's so many back then. And even now, I mean, the list goes on.
Jones is still here. We'll see. We'll see how far they go. But, Al Pacino is
Tom Skerritt is still around.
Yeah, Top Gun.
Yeah, still around.
Tom Skerritt. Yeah.
Michael Ironside. Still around.
Michael Ironside.
What happened to him?
First off, he gained a lot of weight.
Oh,
and he played the father-in-law in the movie Nobody.
Yes.
Remember, he played his father-in-law.
Yeah,
he goes,
the dad.
Don't I get to say this? He goes,
sold the business.
You don't.
Yeah,
because he had all the gold.
Yeah,
I like Nobody too. That was funny with Christopher Lloyd's another one. He's up there in age. Yeah.
Grandpa.
He's smoking a cigar. And he's like, Dad, you got to put that out. You can't ride with us to the water park with that. And then he puts it out on his palm. I'm like, wow.
Oh my gosh.
No, but I love Nobody with Christopher Lloyd, where he's in, he's like in the old folks home, and they try to kill him, but
then he's holding him down with a shotgun.
He stops the bullet from firing. Like he puts his hand in the hammer.
Yeah.
And
Well, he disassembles the gun.
Yeah.
Right there on him.
They thought they could kill
Takes
him.
him out, and then so he turns the
him out.
TV on really loud.
It was a cowboy movie. He's like, hey, turn that music down. He's like,
And the orderly comes in and says, God damn it, turn that TV down.
and he's covering the bad guy's mouth as he's dying.
He's suffocating him.
That's a great movie.
Oh my God.
That was one of those films where I was like, all right, let me watch this, and I just enjoyed it. But yeah, Bob Odenkirk. And I saw Nobody 2 on my flight from Puerto Rico to here, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And of course, the RZA plays his brother. Like, this is such a great movie.
It's Bob Odenkirk is going to be. They're going to build a statue of him in Albuquerque. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Saul, Better Call Saul.
Him and Bryan Cranston. They're going to have statues built. I know.
Well, the house is for sale.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The lady, it's like the Home Alone house.
Yeah.
It's worse than the Home Alone house.
So she's selling it, but it's just like, if anybody intelligent out there is like, buy it, make it look just like it was in Breaking Bad, make it a museum, and start charging people to come in.
Yeah, it's just like the people that own the house from Home Alone.
Oh, in Chicago, they had to put it like a fence and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Imagine you put you think, oh, I'm just going to make a couple bucks. They're going to use it for the film or the show or whatever.
Oh, man.
And it turns out that your house becomes like the most iconic house in all of television.
Landmark. People were throwing pizzas on her roof. Ridiculous. Well, we're going to close it off with saying, rest in peace to Robert Duvall. What a living legend
lives
was.
on, my friend.
Yeah, and it's going to live on. Like his films, his acting. He's done so many films in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, even 2022.
Well, 60 years of acting.
Just acting. And that's going to leave a landmark.
70 probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to leave a landmark in cinema history.
It's up in Betty White status.
Oh, Betty White.
Well, I mean, there's many more coming, you know, and it's sad. I like to say this is the last type of show we're going to do about this, but it's just inevitable.
It's inevitable. It's life.
You got a lot more coming along the way, and we'll be here for it.
All righty. But R.I.P. Mr. Duvall.